Right, let's not muck about. There's a war happening inside Trackhouse Racing right now, and almost nobody is talking about it straight. On one side, you've got Shane van Gisbergen, the bloke from Auckland, three-time Supercars champion, the man who rocked up to NASCAR, won on debut in Chicago, first driver to do that in 60-odd years, and then spent 2026 making the rest of the Cup field look like they were parking the car. 5 wins this season, mate. Watkins Glen by 7 seconds. Mexico City, the Charlotte Roval. The man is a road course assassin. And on the other side, a 19-year-old kid from North Carolina named Connor Zilisch, the golden boy, the one the American media has crowned the next Jeff Gordon before he's even won a Cup race. Here's the open loop I want you sitting on for the next 8 minutes. What if Trackhouse has already decided which one of these two is the future and it's not the proven legend? What if SVG, the man who put this team on the global map, is quietly being set up as the warm-up act for the American Wonder Kid because the evidence is starting to stack up and it's not pretty? But before we get to the sabotage theory, and trust me, we're getting there, you've got to understand why NASCAR is absolutely obsessed with this Zilisch kid. Let me give you the numbers because they're genuinely mental. In 2025, racing the Xfinity Series, that's NASCAR's second tier, what they call the O'Reilly Series now, Connor Zilisch won 10 races. He won 4 in a row at one point, which ties him with legends like Sam Ard and Noah Gragson for the most consecutive wins in the history of that series. He took the regular season title. He became the youngest driver ever to grab 5 pole positions in Xfinity history, 18 years old. This kid wasn't just winning. He was embarrassing people, grown men in top-tier gear getting walked. So naturally, the hype machine cranked into overdrive. Insiders started comparing him to Jeff Gordon, to Kyle Larson. The American racing media decided basically overnight that Connor Zilisch was the chosen one, the homegrown prodigy who was going to carry the sport for the next 20 years. And here's the thing, Trackhouse fast-tracked him, signed him to a multi-year deal, handed him the full-time number 88 in the Cup Series for 2026 to replace Daniel Suarez, a 19-year-old, straight into the big dance. Now here's where it gets interesting because the moment Zilisch hit the actual Cup Series, the fairy tale hit a brick wall. Fair dinkum, the Cup Series has been brutal to this kid. As things stand in 2026, Connor Zilisch is sitting around 34th in the championship standings. 0 wins, 0 poles. He's averaging barely 12 points a race. That's behind blokes like Noah Gragson and Riley Herbst, mid-pack runners that the hype crowd wouldn't have given a second look. Even the man himself has admitted it. Zilisch gave what one outlet called a reality check, tempering expectations, basically saying, look, this is a different beast. Insiders agree he's got speed, the raw pace is there, but he keeps making the small errors that the Cup Series punishes you for. So let's be honest about what we're looking at. We've got a kid with unbelievable potential who is currently getting humbled, running mid-pack slop versus a proven race-winning champion in the other garage stall. By any logic, the team's energy should be flowing toward the bloke who's actually winning, toward SVG. But here's where it gets really suspicious because that's not quite how things are playing out behind the scenes, is it? Let me lay out the uncomfortable truth. In 2026, the Trackhouse team as a whole has struggled. Team owner Justin Marks came out after Bristol and openly called this a rebuilding phase. Read that again. The team that's running the most exciting road course talent on the planet is calling itself a rebuild. Now think about what that means for SVG. The man delivers 5 wins. He drags that car to victory at Watkins Glen by over 7 seconds. A drive NASCAR.com literally said revitalized Trackhouse, and yet he's scrapping for his playoff life, hovering right around 17th on the cut line because outside of his road course brilliance, the equipment underneath him on the ovals just isn't there. So ask yourself the hard question, if the cars are equal and Trackhouse will swear black and blue that they are, then why does the proven champion only shine when the track turns left and right? Why is the oval package leaving him stranded in the pack? Now, I'm not saying there's a bloke in a back room sabotaging SVG's car. Let's be measured here. But I am saying this. When a team is rebuilding, resources are finite. Engineers, development time, the best parts, somebody decides where it all goes. And in a sport where the American media has already anointed their golden boy, where do you reckon the long-term investment is going? And that's exactly why this channel exists. Look, NASCAR is a US-dominated sport. The American media tells the American story. SVG, this generational talent from down our way, gets treated as the novelty road course bloke instead of the elite champion he actually is. We're not having that. NASCAR Nation Decoded is the voice for the ANZAC fans, the ones who followed Shane since the Supercars days, who know exactly how special this fella is. If you want to make sure SVG's talent doesn't get buried under the Wonder Kid hype, smash that subscribe button right now. This isn't just a channel, it's a movement. Let's make some noise from the bottom of the world, right? Back to the war, because the 2027 picture is where this all detonates. Here's the bombshell most people have missed. According to Jordan Bianchi of The Athletic, and backed up by Bob Pockrass at Fox Sports, two of the most plugged-in reporters in the entire sport, Hendrick Motorsports and Connor Zilisch, are believed to have interest in the other. Let that sink in. The Golden Boy, the supposed future of Trackhouse, is being linked to a move to Hendrick, the benchmark team in the entire Chevrolet camp, to potentially take over Alex Bowman's number 48. So here's the real internal war. Trackhouse has built its identity around two stars, the proven legend and the Wonder Kid. But the Wonder Kid might have one foot out the door eyeing the richest team in the garage, which means Trackhouse in a rebuilding phase has to decide right now who they're building around. And if you think that's messy, look at the timeline. Pockrass reckons a buyout depends on money. And Bianchi suggests Zilisch is probably available for 2028. Hendrick's even got their own young gun, Corey Day, waiting in the wings. So picture the chessboard. SVG, the man who actually wins races, gets treated as the dependable veteran. Zilisch, who's currently 34th, gets courted by the biggest team in the sport. And Trackhouse is caught in the middle, pouring development into a kid who might bolt the second a Hendrick seat opens up. Who gets the priority? Who gets the number one status, the best engineers, the next-gen package first? Because if Trackhouse keeps backing the flight risk over the proven winner, they're not rebuilding. They're sabotaging their own best assets. So let's bring it home. The proven legend versus the golden boy. One of them is winning races and getting treated like the support act. The other is struggling, getting humbled, and getting linked to greener pastures while still holding the keys to the kingdom. This isn't a teammate rivalry, mate. It's a tug of war over the entire future of Trackhouse Racing. And the way I see it, the team has a choice to make in 2027 that they can't dodge much longer. Do you build around the champion who shows up every single weekend, or the prodigy who might be gone before the project's even finished? My honest take, you don't let a 5-time race winner play second fiddle to a kid sitting 34th. But that's just me, and I genuinely want to know where you land. So here's what I need you to do. This one's not optional. If you're riding with the proven legend, if you believe Shane van Gisbergen is the man Trackhouse should be building their entire future around, drop A or a flag in the comments right now. Show the colors. But if you reckon the Golden Boy is the real future, that Connor Zilisch is the next generational talent, and Trackhouse should bet everything on him, then drop a single Z down below. I'll be reading every one of them. Flags for Shane, Z for Zilisch. Let's see whose army is bigger. Subscribe, pick your side, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.